Hey everyone, welcome to my Monday Night Raw review. My review for last night's Monday Night Raw. I would have done it last night except I was tired and everything. I would have done it this morning except I was still a little tired, so I had to take a little bit of a nap on the couch. You know, that's just doing what I do best. And you know, I have to say, last night's Raw, I know a lot of people have their opinion about it. A lot of people feel differently about it, feel as though it wasn't the best Raw, felt as though it was crap. But, I think, honestly, WWE's trying their best with both Raw and SmackDown to really get towards WrestleMania, if you think about it. For example, last night we opened up with The Undertaker talking about the match with Triple H and saying that there can only be one last outlaw. So, and he announced that the match will be no holds barred between the two. So basically, it'll be anything goes. Now, I know a lot of people find that a little intriguing, if not a little ironic, if not a little bit more deja vu. Because, last year at WrestleMania we had something similar with Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. And I want to explain this right now. I think the reason The Undertaker last year and this year, and I think a few years back in his match with Batista, the reason he likes to do these no-hold-bar matches is not because anything goes. Despite what you may think, and despite what you may say, it's not all Undertaker or the opponents he faces. Instead, it's the WWE offices that realize, if we put Undertaker in a regular match, he'll probably be fine. But if we put him in a gimmick match at WrestleMania, or at least a match that has a unique stipulation, he'll have a better chance at fighting. He won't be so at a disadvantage. He won't be at a disadvantage or anything. So, that's why I think, honestly, they're putting Undertaker into this match with Triple H. Because in a way, they still want to give the dead man an opportunity to fight at Mania, even if it means he's got to do it with no rules. Because when you think about it, a no rules situation, I'm trying to let my dog in here. She's kind of playing games. I don't know why she's doing it. But anyway, a no rules situation makes it, I guess, a little bit fairer and a little bit more safer, I guess you could say, for The Undertaker. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds a little ridiculous. But the truth is, that might be why, last year and this year and a few years back, they've been having this happen with The Undertaker. That's why they've been having these no-holds-bar matches. Maybe it's the reason they had the no DQ, no count-out, no-holds-bar match last year. Because you think about it. The more The Undertaker fights and competes in a regular match, the more prone of injury and the more likely his body will be to falling apart, literally. I mean, he could still go, there's no doubt about it, but he's limited. He's getting very limited. So I believe that is why WWE had him go out and announce for his match against Triple H, it's going to be no holds bar. So that's going to be really interesting. Now, last night, another highlight last night was, of course, the return of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And the reason it was highlighted by his return last night, it's real simple, and I'll get into this. Is because he's going to be involved in WrestleMania. Now, we've all kind of thought at first we heard rumors of how he's going to be involved. Well, it's real simple how he's going to be involved. He's going to be involved as a special guest referee. And how is he going to be involved? And what kind of match is he going to be a special guest referee in? Well, one of the highlights of the night, as far as I'm concerned, is he's going to be the referee of the Michael Cole Jerry Lawler match. That's right. Now, a lot of people probably knew he was going to referee this match, but a lot of people were asking, how's that going to happen? How's this going to occur? Well, as they've been saying a lot on television, it is WrestleMania season, and Michael Cole, playing the egotistical heel, basically pulled all the fans at home, all the fans in Dallas last night in the arena, pulled them all into thinking he was going to name Austin as his referee, but instead tricks everybody and reveals who he had chosen as his referee. And when I read this online, I mean, because honestly I do read the results sometimes to see what's going on, the live results, the ongoing results. I read this and I'm thinking, you gotta be fucking kidding me. It was JBL who was originally going to be his referee. That's right, JBL made his return for one night last night on Raw. And I'll say this, JBL could still work that mic, and JBL could still get the heat that he needs. So, and obviously now I know a lot of people are going to be asking, oh great, they're going to get JBL to come back? I don't think they're going to get JBL to come back. If they do, we'll see what happens, but I don't think so. I think it's just like, hey, we need you to appear sporadically just for guest appearances. So, yeah, JBL made a return last night. Stone Cold made his return. And obviously we all knew why Michael Cole wanted JBL as his referee. It's real simple. And I guess they're going to probably talk about this on SmackDown, maybe next week on Raw. Someone's going to mention it, maybe King or somebody. That the reason Michael Cole wanted JBL as his referee is because with Swagger in his corner, all he'd have to do is let those two beat up on King, and then all he'd have to do is cover him. Big whoop. You know what I'm saying? But instead, Steve Austin comes out, ruins the contract that's soon to be signed, stuns JBL, chases Michael Cole out of the ring. Michael Cole puts on the headset saying, you ruined everything, you ruined my night that I've waited years for. And then Austin picks up the contract, asks the people to give him a hell yeah if they want him to sign this. They give him a hell yeah. He asks them again to do it. They say it again, and then he signs the contract. And he goes out and I guess sarcastically or mockingly wishes Michael Cole, shakes Michael's hand, says good luck in your match, and then pours beer down his head. And then Michael Cole leaves the announce table, goes up the ramp where Jack Swagger I guess is waiting, and Michael Cole is throwing a fit like a little baby. I mean, this is so awesome and everything. But yeah, Stone Cold's going to be the referee for the Lawler-Cole match. And Swagger is assuring Michael, hey, don't worry, you take care of King, I'll take care of Austin. And if, he basically says he's going to break Austin's ankle if Austin gets in his way. Okay. That was probably what I consider probably the highlight of the night. Because honestly, a lot of people want to know, I mean, even Michael Cole himself is asking, why are you doing this? Okay, come on. Who doesn't probably see a possible storyline right here as to why? I mean, who is Austin close friends with? That's right, Jim Ross. Who has Michael Cole been disrespecting besides Jerry Lawler and some other legendary announcers? Jim Ross. I mean, come on, honestly. Who does not see that as a possible reason as to why Austin's doing this? Alright. Alright, now, excuse me for a second. My dog is driving me crazy here. I don't know what she wants. Apparently she wants to, my dog likes to keep going outside and outside and inside. I don't know, maybe he's an attention seeker, I guess. Oh, she's looking for a little frog in the bushes. I don't know why. But, okay, getting back to what I'm saying. I'm sorry for all these interruptions, but getting back to what I'm saying. Austin, you know, obviously I think we see a little bit of a storyline going as to why Austin's doing this. Like I said, it's probably because Michael Cole's been disrespecting guys like Lawler and other legendary Hall of Famers and announcers like Gordon Soley and especially Jim Ross. So I think that's probably one of the reasons. Now, on to some of the matches that we have here. Okay, the first match of the night, we had CM Punk taking on, not CM Punk, we had Randy Orton taking on David Otunga. Now, what occurred before this was CM Punk and the New Nexus were beating up Randy Orton in the back to the point, they were beating him down in the backstage area to the point that CM Punk picked him up and nailed him with a GTS. Now they dragged Orton down to the ring and into the ring. David Otunga took his shirt off. The referee wasn't about to do the match. He was going to call the match off. But Randy got this intense look in his face, said, "You do it, ring the bell, I'm going to do this." So he rings the bell, they have the match. You know, Otunga looks like he's going to win because they have beaten him down. They already beat Randy down in the backstage area. But then out of nowhere, Randy hits the RKO on Otunga, gets the 1, 2, 3. So Otunga's off of WrestleMania. Mason Ryan comes down, tries to attack him a little bit, but then he gets RKO'd. CM Punk comes down, and before he could try to get into the ring, Randy real quickly gets into the corner and punts David Otunga right in the head, then takes off into the crowd. So now all CM Punk has left is Mason Ryan. Now if Mason Ryan loses his match, which could be next week, this upcoming Monday, then Mason Ryan is out of WrestleMania as well, which means CM Punk is stuck one-on-one with Randy Orton. So Randy Orton does win the match. Then the next match we have is Christian. It's a special SmackDown and I guess Raw match or whatever it is. Because it's Christian from SmackDown taking on not Alberto Del Rio, which I think it was originally supposed to be, but instead takes on Brodus Clay, formerly of NXT. And oh my god, you know, I may not watch NXT on WWE.com, but this guy is fucking huge. It's no wonder that everybody's taking the threat that he said seriously on NXT, that he's gonna take away everybody's heroes. Well, anyway, they have a okay match. Christian does win with a tornado DDT because that's the only way you're gonna beat this dude, apparently. And then that gives Alberto Del Rio the advantage to come in and attack Christian and hit him with that cross arm breaker. So, but yeah, Christian beats up Brodus Clay. Okay, decent. It was an okay match. Then we have the Divas match, and to me this was an alright Divas match. I'm not saying it was decent. I'll say it was alright, between Eve Torres and Nikki Bella. Now, what ruined this match wasn't the Divas themselves, folks. I know some may disagree with that. It wasn't the Divas themselves. It was Michael Cole. Michael Cole ruined this match by getting on the announce table and saying, "Hey, I got my announcement. I'm important. I'm the main event. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get this over with." You know, he ruined it, man. Because what I was looking at was a decent but alright Divas match. And the one thing I did like about this is finally they have the referee catching twin magic occurring. Because just when it looks, because here's the thing, the referee's, kind of pushing Eve back so she doesn't, further attack a fallen Nikki Bella, but as soon as he has his back to him, for a brief second, the Bellas try to do the twin magic, right? But as soon as they try to do it, he turns his head and he sees it and he says, "Oh no, you don't." And that allows Eve to get the win and beat Nikki Bella to retain the title. Now you could see the disdain on the Divas' faces, that they did not like the match being interrupted. Well, anyway, they also had, during the night, they had a promo, a video package or a promo for they talked about a promo. They showed, well, basically they showed a promo and a video package of Sin Cara. And I'll tell you, from what I saw him do to these guys in this video promo in the WWE ring, I guess these average wrestling guys or whatever, that he could be the next Rey Mysterio. There's no doubt about it. Also, another thing we get as well is a Hall of Fame induction video introducing the newest inductee into the Hall of Fame, and it's Sunny. That's right, Tammy Lynn Stitch. Sunny is the newest inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2011, and I have to say, I could be wrong, but I have to say, probably the youngest inductee. I could be wrong, but I think she's the youngest so far. Overall, when it comes to legends and legendary divas, or women, she's definitely the youngest, from what I've seen. And also throughout the night, they were promoting that Snooki of the Jersey Shore was going to guest host or guest star next week. Is it just me, or is WWE doing this to rub it in TNA's face? Like saying, "Hey, look, you guys got Angelina and Jay. Well, look who we got. We got the person that people like on that show." So anyway, the other match that we have during the night is Daniel Bryan against Sheamus. Now, Jerry the King Lawler had come down to the ring before this match started to, I guess, do his part on commentary, because Michael Cole was all soaked in beer and whining like a little bitch that he didn't get what he wanted. So anyway, we have Daniel Bryan and Sheamus, and apparently Sheamus during the match tweaked his knee when he was flung out to the outside. He tweaked his knee, and this allowed Daniel Bryan to win. Now Sheamus did acknowledge, he got on the mic and did acknowledge he was on a losing streak. So what does Sheamus do? He says, "Hey, if I don't beat you next week, Daniel Bryan, for the United States title, I'll quit." So next week we're going to have Sheamus and Daniel Bryan for the United States title. Okay. Next up we have the next match we have is CM Punk and R-Truth. An okay match. Looked like R-Truth was going to win, but in the end, CM Punk does prevail and gets the arm breaker, or gets the Anaconda Vice on R-Truth to win the match, tap him out, and then he has Mason Ryan come in and basically hit a shoulder breaker on the injured arm of R-Truth. Then we go to the video package, the second video package, or second video reflection by the second HBK video on his thoughts on the whole Undertaker Triple H match. Here he talks about Triple H and how Triple H has evolved throughout the years, and how in the ring he can be mean and calculating and vicious and show no remorse, show nothing towards his opponents. And that's what it could take to beat The Undertaker. Then, the next match occurs, and who comes out before the next match to introduce one of the participants? Vickie Guerrero. Vickie comes out and says thanks to her negotiating skills, SmackDown's loss is basically Raw's gain. Out comes Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is now a part of the Monday Night Raw roster. He took on John Morrison in what was a decent match. Capitalized on a mistake from Morrison. On the Morrison part, hit the zigzag, got the 1, 2, 3. But then the GM chimes in and says, Vickie, I did hire Dolph Ziggler, but I didn't hire you. However, Vickie, you can have a job here on Raw, along with Dolph, if you beat your opponent next week, Trish Stratus. So, there you go. And then the next thing we have is John Cena coming out to do his response to The Rock. Basically says, okay Rock, you don't want me to respond to you in rap, I'll respond to you in hip-hop. Hip-hop a little bit, which is basically rap anyway, but it's a little bit different. A little bit more, I guess, non-rappable or whatever. So basically, again, he basically raps slash hip-hops on Rock, if you will. And I guess in the eyes of some, he basically punked out Rock again, because one of the last things he said was something like, you know, something like, it's called, basically, it's like something called, he said something at the end like, one of the things that Rock said last week made him want to throw up, and he says, here's a tip, dude, if you're the people's champion, just show up. So after he does his little hip-hop slash rap, Miz comes out of nowhere, and I have to admit, even I didn't see this coming. I mean, we were all interested in Cena responding to The Rock. We didn't even notice Miz coming in. Miz attacks Cena with the WWE Championship. Now, Miz, in case you don't know, had boycotted that he wasn't going to be at Raw, but apparently that was a ruse. He attacked Cena twice with the championship, did his own little rap on Cena, even mentioned the Macho Man. And said that Macho, Brad, Liz, Austin and all that are nothing compared to him. Then he went face first to the camera. He basically got right into the camera's face and said, "Hello, Rock. I'm The Miz. You know, the guy that you're ignoring." So basically he did his own little promo that he would take Rock's eyebrow, his catchphrase, his elbow and all that, and fold it up and shove it up Rock's candy ass. And And then as soon as he was about to do his catchphrase, he goes, "I'm the Miz." He sees John Cena getting up. Here's the skull-crushing finale. And then what does he do? He mocks The Rock then by putting Cena center ring, taking off his elbow pad, throwing it outside the ring, and then hitting the people's elbow, and then declaring that he's awesome. So apparently, the Miz last night, I have to say, did an excellent job in getting himself over in this whole scenario, and probably finally getting the attention of The Rock. You know, because like I said, you know, I'm just afraid what's going to happen is when Rock finally comes face to face with the Miz in the ring, either on Raw, which will probably be on Raw before Mania. What I'm afraid is going to happen is Rock's going to look at him and say, and ask the question of, "Who the blue hell are you?" And everybody knows that when someone, and it's like I said in that one video, anytime The Rock asks somebody, "Who in the blue hell are you?" that's usually a signal that you're not really being taken seriously. You haven't really reached that level of the elite yet. You haven't reached the elite level yet. I mean, because come on, if Rock's not mentioning The Miz but only once in his return, when he made his return that a couple weeks ago, then, you know, obviously what's going on storyline-wise and possibly real life-wise is this is basically WWE's way of probably saying, "Look, Miz, you're the champion, but you're not an elite guy yet. You haven't made it there yet." So, I mean, yeah, he's the main event guy now because he's the championship, but I guess by having The Rock not acknowledge him along with Cena, it's like Miz is not being taken seriously as an elite guy. And I think last night Miz finally, either WWE allowed him to do this or not, finally established himself as a guy that said, "Hey, look, I'm an elite dude. I'm the main event. I'm the champion. I'm the one defending the title. You're hosting, Rock. You know, that's all you're doing." So, but I have to say, Miz did a great job last night in really inserting himself into the situation, saying, "Look, take me seriously of what I've done to Cena, I will do to you and Cena again." So, yeah. I have to say, Miz did a great job in inserting himself, finally getting himself noticed in this whole situation. Now, I mean, and let's give John Cena credit. I mean, John knows, storyline-wise or not, going into WrestleMania, he needs to focus on The Miz. He can't keep focusing on The Rock. So that's why he keeps doing these things, and honestly, I think in a way, childish or not, he owned Rock again last night. I mean, I'm a fan of The Rock. I've always been a fan of The Rock. I'm happy he's back, even if it's for the main WrestleMania season. But the thing is, basically what Cena is saying is exactly what a lot of the WWE universe has been saying for years. Rock, if you're going to be part of the WWE, if you're going to address the people, if you're even going to acknowledge the fact that you may compete again, show up. Show up every week. Get in this ring and show it. So, I mean, we'll see. So, you know, to me, that's exactly what Cena's saying. He's just saying what a lot of us have felt. I mean, a lot of us feel as though, look, Rock doesn't have to do anything because he's done it all. Okay, that's true. Rock has done it all. But Cena has also done movies. Ted DiBiase's done movies. And, okay, Ted DiBiase may not be on the level of John Cena, but here's the thing. Even if Ted DiBiase Jr., that is, was on the level of John Cena, he's the kind of guy that would still come back. So is John Cena. And that's what I think John Cena's trying to point out. He said, hey, look, you can do your movies, Rock. Just find time to come back and compete. That's all we ask. But overall, I thought it was a decent Raw. You know, the one annoyance, like I said, of the night was the fact that Michael Cole interrupted the Divas match. You know, and despite how you feel about the Divas match last night, I thought it was okay. But overall, it was good. It was nice to see Stone Cold return, and basically ruined Michael Cole's chances of having an all-out advantage at Mania. And I'll even admit it was good to see JBL back. It was good to see that guy back. Because he could still obviously get the heat that he needs, even if he makes a one-night appearance. And I think it's a great thing that Dolph Ziggler's back on Raw. And as much as I hate to say it, I think it's going to be even better for him if he can get Vicky Guerrero to stay, because I'm telling you, the best way you're going to know she's really over is in front of a live crowd. Oh, with a live crowd reaction, not a taped reaction like she had on SmackDown. So, overall, it was a decent Raw. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Tell me what you guys think. I'm sorry for the interruptions. My dog kept going back and forth, wanting out, wanting in, wanting out, wanting in. So, but tell me what you guys think. I'll talk to you later.